faithfulness in the truth, telling how you continue to walk in it. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Dear friend, you are faithful in what you are doing for the brothers and sisters, even though they are strangers to you. They have told the church about your love. Please send them on their way in a manner that honors God. It was for the sake of the name that they went out, receiving no help from the pagans. We ought, therefore, to show hospitality to such people so that we may work together for the truth. So here again, John addresses Gaius. He starts his letter as John the Elder. And like the epistle in the second epistle, he's setting a tone that he's not addressing him as John the old man, but as a spiritual leader of the churches of that area. And his intention by addressing in this way is to add some authority to what he's about to say. John begins by commending Gaius for his walk in the truth. In 1st and 2nd John, both, he reiterates over and over again that part of the walk in the truth is to love the brethren and love other people. And so he praises Gaius in his walk in the truth, that he's staying within the truth, and for his hospitality. And he mentions that he's got reports back from some of those that have been there doing the Lord's work at the hospitality that they've enjoyed through Gaius. And he encourages Gaius to continue with this work. In this particular letter, John seems to focus in loving your brethren more on hospitality than in just a general love of the brethren. So he's kind of pinpointing that specifically, and he's doing this because this kind of aids in God's work in the spread of the truth. So why was hospitality important, particularly during this time? Well, if we look in 2 Corinthians 11, 23 through 33, Paul kind of gives us some insight in what it was like to travel and to do the Lord's work around the world at this point in time. And Paul begins with, "Are there servants of Christ? I am out of my mind to talk like this. I am more. I have worked much harder, been in prison more frequently, been flogged more severely, and been exposed to death again and again. 5 times I received from the Jews the 40 lashes minus 1. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was pelted with stones. 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and a day in the open sea. I have been constantly on the move. I have been in danger from rivers, in danger from bandits, in danger from fellow Jews, in danger from Gentiles, in danger in the city, in danger in the country, in danger at sea, and in danger from false believers. I have labored and toiled and have gone without sleep. I have known hunger and thirst and have often gone without food. I have been cold and naked." So travel at this point in history was not something that was very easy. We didn't just jump on United Airlines and go to the next spot, stay in the Holiday Inn, wake up smarter in the morning. It was toilsome. They walked most of the time everywhere that they went. It was unpleasant and it was dangerous. As I mentioned earlier, there wasn't always good places to stay. Oftentimes inns were more like filthy brothels, and the innkeepers were sometimes dishonest. So traveling around, particularly if you were a worker within the church trying to spread the truth, it wasn't an easy thing. It was, it required a lot of dedication. There was danger. There was discomfort. So hospitality from the churches that they visited and worked with was very welcome. It gave them food to eat, a safe place to stay, a little rest from their journey. But it was kind of more than that too. It gave the believers an opportunity to show this Christian love. And so hospitality was an important thing within the church at that time. Another thing is that they didn't have a nice church building. Most of the congregations didn't have a nice church building like this. People opened their homes to the brethren, and they studied in people's homes in fellowship there. So hospitality was very, very important during this time period. And as John mentioned, this was not a new command, that Christ had said, love one another. But this went even further back to the Israelites. In Exodus 23:9, Leviticus 19:33 through 34, Leviticus 25:35, and Deuteronomy 10:18, the Israelites were commanded to